Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I am doing good, thank you.
Good. I wanted to kind of see how things were. I know last time we were talking about how you were interacting with your coworkers, and then your journaling, and your goal was originally 2 to 3 times,
Mhm,
but I know you were doing that daily.
mhm.
How has everything been going?
It's been going really good. I've had a lot of time. I know, like last time you and I talked, I had just started interacting with my coworkers, and this last week there's been a lot of workshops and a lot of chances to meet with them and get to know everybody. So that's been really, really good for me. I've continued with the journaling. It is still pretty much every day. It's become a habit. And I just find that whenever I do that, my mindset is just really positive to start the day with. So I like doing it. Before it started off as like just kind of this goal I wanted to reach, but I've really started to see how effective it is in my for the rest of the day and how I interact with others. I notice that I'm much more positive. Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
hmm Yeah, and we've had, like I said, a lot of meetings. So, and I think I mentioned this before, like my big worry was I think a lot of it was in my head. And since I've been able to like not just wonder and try to fill in the blanks on my own, everybody's been super nice and non-judgmental. I don't know why I was so caught up on like how I was going to perform or what they're going to think of me. Everybody's been so great. Um, and I noticed too, like another thing that we talked about doing is just kind of when I start to um, to start with that like negative self-talk. We tried the exercise where I stop and then try to reframe it into something positive. Plenty of chances to try that. And I noticed like it is becoming a little bit more automatic. At first, it was just kind of awkward, but it's just in my head. Nobody hears it. But I noticed like that does change. It almost like it stops it. It stops me from like spiraling down into that negativity, and it's just so much better for my whole mindset.
Oh, good. It sounds like, you have hit, I mean, a majority of your goals that you've made,
hmm
and you're using them almost on a daily basis then.
Yes, it is. And like I said, it just kind of happens throughout the day where I start with that negative self-talk, and I haven't found like exactly, it's just so random like when it happens. But again, just that like reframing completely stops it. Otherwise, I'll just spiral all day and just like continue to
Mhm.
tell myself negative things. So again, haven't found like the exact trigger yet, if there even is one. But I've definitely felt that change.
Can you tell me about maybe the last one you can think of where you had to kind of like reframe it a little bit?
Yeah, so we were in a meeting and we were talking about schedules, and I am used to like a different, like I'm used to working with high school students, and I'm working in elementary school now. And it was just that like they were, so the schedule looks so different. And I was in a small group and we were going to talk, just kind of like talk about the daily schedule. And I immediately started like, oh, going into this like my mindset, like I just didn't like, I'm not going to be valuable in this conversation with my team because like I don't know anything. And, I kind of started like telling myself I don't have anything to offer to this conversation. Like I might as well just like stay quiet and let everybody else talk because I don't know about this. But I stopped myself and I told myself I have a lot to offer. I have a lot of experience, and it has nothing to do with a schedule that we're discussing. So that was very recent. Yeah, I was able to try that, and I just kind of like snapped myself out of it and was able to contribute in a positive way. Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like it was almost like it wasn't your usual from since there
hmm
was an age difference.
Yeah.
And then so you kind of just felt maybe down on yourself a little bit, like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I can't do this. And then you
Right.
were went to back it up and be like, but I can do this.
Exactly. And that's exactly what happened. I was like, I actually can. Like this is just my old habits, right? My old way of talking to myself, and that's like the old Kelly, you know.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Well, and I mean, and you've really come really far with that. I mean, from the beginning,
Mhm.
you weren't reframing,
Yeah.
those interactions and
Mhm.
everything like that and those negative thoughts. So, I mean, and it's all you, like you mentioned before, it was like almost automatic now.
Yeah, it is. And I noticed like um when this happens too, like I'm feeling that stress. It's like anytime I feel a little bit of stress, and that's where I think the journaling has really helped too, for me to be able to like switch my mindset so quickly, because I've been, journaling like what I'm grateful for, and it just changes. I don't wake up grumpy, right? I'm thinking about all the things I'm grateful for, and then I'm able to kind of like I'm already in that positive mindset, so I can like, oh wait, no, I feel that negativity creeping up, and I stop it.
Yeah.
So
So it
yeah.
sounds like it was beneficial, just kind of the journaling every day and everything, kind of getting what you needed to out,
Yeah.
maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's been
I
really
love that. So
good.
I
Mhm.
was wondering, which intervention worked best for you?
I think it was really I liked the journaling a lot, but the thing that I found really helpful is when um I think it was like 2 sessions ago you had me practice that
Hmm.
self-talk intervention. So I felt like even though it was kind of like a practice, it really helped me understand what that would look like, and I was able to do it on the spot. So I felt like that
Yeah.
intervention was super helpful.
Okay. Okay. So how do you feel about the goals that you have done and the progress you've made? Like, how do you feel about those things?
I feel really good about it. I think that, I set these goals in the beginning, and I think that I went kind of beyond. My goal was to just journal a couple of times a week, and I was trying to make it realistic, so I
Hmm.
could reach the goal. But I think, I've definitely gone beyond where I thought I could, you know, and
Yeah, you've really, really been trying.
and it happened quicker than I thought too. Like I thought that I would really have to like force myself, but I think like once I understood and I saw um the how much of a difference it made me want to do it more, and it was just became easier because I saw how effective it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you should definitely be proud of that because
Thank you.
I mean, you did hit your goals and you went beyond.
Yeah. And it's really been, I mean, this is like I spend most of my day at work. And so it just makes such a big difference. Like when I come home to my family and everything, I feel like I'm just in a better, I keep saying mindset, but it's true.
Yeah, yeah. And so how would you say you feel currently about just all the work you've put in and on your daily?
I feel really good. I I'm really proud of myself, and I feel like these interventions have worked, but it even gives me confidence to try more things on my own too. Like if something's not working, I feel like I can do it now, because in the beginning I really felt like I didn't know if I could really change, and if I could really feel better about what I can do.
Yeah. And I love that you use the word self-confidence because I
Hmm.
know from the beginning
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily great self-confidence at the very
No.
beginning.
No, and I mean I don't usually share that either with people. Like I don't tell. So I think just like talking with you too, and like just kind of saying it out loud to someone, like a neutral person that I know won't
Yeah.
judge me, right? That has been just having these sessions have been really helpful, just like talking through it and like saying it, and then sometimes like I would share, and it seemed like looking back, it just seems so silly because now I'm a lot of this was like my worry in my head, but it was nice to be able to just get it out and like say it just and work through it with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that I was able to help you.
Hmm.
So how are you feeling on continuing with our sessions? Because I feel like you've been doing really great, but I want to see how you feel about it, and your thoughts on it.
I, I feel pretty good about possibly just like maybe little check-ins, but I don't know if
Mhm.
we need to meet like we have been, because I feel like I've reached my goals. I'm in a good place. I don't even know like if we met again if I would have anything else at this point that I'd want to work on.
Okay. And say, I'm more than happy to do check-ins or whatever you want to do, or if you just want to give me a call whenever you want to start back up and we can redo your treatment plan.
Okay.
That would be fine with me. Whatever you want to do, really.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in such a good space right now. I wouldn't mind just maybe starting sessions back up again with you and giving you a call if something new pops up that I'd like to work on. But as
Okay.
far as right now, I feel like I've reached my goals and I'm in a good spot. So
Okay. Well, that sounds great. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day.
you too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.